The angels were screaming, not in rebellion, but in fear, because for the first time in eternity, they knew God was about to destroy them. Weren't ordinary beings. They had stood in heaven. They had seen the glory of God. But now, they were on their knees, begging a human for help. Why would angels bow to a man? Or worse, what did they do that even heaven refused to forgive? Before the flood, before history, there was a secret rebellion. Not loud, not chaotic, silent, planned, irreversible. A group of angels, known as the Watchers, were given one rule: observe humanity, never interfere. But watching turned into wanting, and wanting turned into something far more dangerous: obsession. But what they did next changed the fate of the entire world. Their leader, Semjaza, gathered 200 angels on a mountain called Hermon, and there he made them swear something terrifying. We do this together or not at all, because he knew there was no coming back from this. And then they crossed the line heaven warned them about. They descended to earth, not as protectors, but as rebels. First, they took human women. They broke the boundary between heaven and flesh, and what was born was never meant to exist: the Nephilim. And these weren't just giants, they were something far worse. They grew fast, too fast, and their hunger was endless. They devoured crops, then animals, and when that wasn't enough, they turned on humanity. And what they did to humans is the part most people aren't told. They hunted them, killed them, ate them. The earth became a slaughterhouse. But that wasn't even the worst part, because the angels didn't just create monsters, they corrupted humanity itself. Led by Azazel, they began teaching forbidden knowledge: weapons, war, sorcery, seduction. They gave humans power they were never meant to have. And according to the Book of Enoch, this is where evil truly began. The world couldn't take it anymore. Blood filled the earth, violence spread everywhere. And then the dead started crying out, and heaven finally listened. 4 archangels saw everything: Michael the archangel, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. They went before God and presented the case, and what God decided next terrified even the angels. The sentence was absolute: no mercy, no delay. Azazel, bound, thrown into darkness, waiting for eternal fire. But the punishment didn't stop there. The Watchers were forced to witness something horrifying: their own children destroying each other. The giants turned on themselves, a war of monsters, a massacre of their own bloodline. And the angels could do nothing but watch. After that, they would be chained, buried, forgotten in darkness for generations. The earth was about to be wiped clean, because something else was coming: flood. This is the part most people misunderstand. The Watchers didn't suddenly feel guilty. They weren't sorry. They were terrified. The Book of Enoch says, Fear and trembling seized them. These were beings who had seen God, who understood his power, and now they knew exactly what was coming, and it was worse than death. They would watch their children die, lose heaven forever, exist in darkness endlessly. No light, no presence of God, no escape. So they did the unthinkable. They went to one person, not an angel, not a king, a man, Enoch. Why him? Because Enoch was different. He walked with God, a man who could reach heaven. To the watchers, he was their last connection, their final hope. And what they did next shocked the heavens. They fell before him, crying, begging, "Speak to God for us." Enoch agreed. He wrote their plea and began to pray. But instead of an answer, he was taken into heaven. He passed through fire, entered a house of crystal, a throne of blazing light, and there he saw God. And what God said ended everything. The answer: no. No mercy, no forgiveness, forever. And the reason is chilling. God said humans can repent because they are flawed, but angels, they knew perfection, they lived in it, and they chose to abandon it. That choice could never be undone. Enoch returned. The watchers were waiting, hoping, but instead they heard their fate. Your petition is denied for eternity. Silence, then weeping. These beings of power, broken, destroyed. But here's the part that should disturb you. According to ancient texts, their spirits didn't disappear. They remained. And what they became is something humanity may still be dealing with today. If you want to understand the truth about the Nephilim and what still walks this world, watch the next video.
Like, share, and do well to subscribe to this channel so you can follow along. God bless you.